Hi friends, did you get to go outside yesterday, Thursday, which is actually today? I'm recording this video on Thursday because it got really nice. Now it's Thursday night and it's getting kind of cloudy and maybe we're getting rain. I'm not sure, but it was hot actually for a little while on Thursday, which is good. I don't know about you, but the nice weather always makes me feel better no matter what. In quarantine, when we're not in quarantine, there's just something about nice weather that lifts my spirits. I hope it lifted your spirits too. We're going to do some more poetry. Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. I wish I had brought home this book. I already had at home, but I got a bunch of these back at school. I wish I had brought them home. So many things I wish I had brought home, but I can't fit all that stuff in my classroom, my house anyway. So. Anyways, I picked a whole bunch for us today. We're going to read some, and I'm going to try to find perhaps my most favorite Shel Silverstein poem. See if I can find it online. It's not in this book. I checked the index. It's not here. So I'll try to find that for Monday. All right, first up is, sorry guys, is, Jimmy Jett and his TV set. And there's a picture. I'll show it to you when I'm done. I'll tell you the story of Jimmy Jett, and you know what I tell you is true. He loved to watch his TV set almost as much as you. He watched all day, he watched all night, till he grew pale and lean, from the early show to the late show and all the shows between. He watched till his eyes were frozen wide, and his bottom grew into the chair, and his chin turned into a tuning dial, and antenna grew out of his hair. So a tuning dial, before there were remote controls, that's how we changed the channel. And antenna is how we made sure we got the right channels, because we didn't have those like coaxes, or we didn't stream. And his brains turned into TV tubes, that's how they make the picture, and his face to a TV screen, and two knobs saying vert and horiz grew where his ears had been. And vert and horiz were vertical and horizontal buttons that used to be on television styles. And he grew a plug that looked just like a tail, so we plugged in little Jim. And now instead of him watching TV, we all sit around and watch him. And here are, I guess, his parents. And here is Jimmy Jett, the TV set. Turned into what looks like an old-fashioned television. That's what the TVs used to look like when I was young. So, little lesson. Watch so much TV, you'll turn into a TV. Not really, but I think Shel Silverstein is trying to teach a lesson about not watching too much TV. Although these days, you guys watch a lot more YouTube than TV, right? That's what I find with Nicholas. Early bird. You ever heard that? Early bird catches the worm? It's kind of a phrase that means get at it early in the morning, because then you can be successful and maybe even beat other people to it. Early bird. Oh, if you're a bird, be an early bird and catch the worm for your breakfast plate. If you're a bird, be an early bird. But if you're a worm, sleep late. Get it? Don't wake up, because then the early birds are going to get you. Silly, right? Silly, short, cute. Oh, and there's a little picture. There's just a bird there and a worm. All right, let me go to the next bookmark I put in here. Snowman. 'Twas the first day of springtime, and the snowman stood alone, as the winter snows were melting, and the pine trees seemed to groan. Ah, you poor sad smiling snowman, you'd be melting by and by, said the snowman. What a pity, for I'd like to see July. Yes, I'd like to see July, and please don't ask me why, but I'd like to, yes, I'd like to. Oh, I'd like to see July. Connecting a little bit to Olaf, maybe? Chirped a robin just arriving, seasons come and seasons go, and the greatest ice must crumble when its flowers it's time to grow. And as one last thing is beginning, so another thing must die, and there's never been a snowman who has ever seen July. No, they never see July, no matter how hard they try. No, they never, ever, never, ever, never see July. But the snowman sniffed his carrot nose and said, at least I'll try, and he bravely smiled his frosty smile and blinked his coal-black eye. And there he stood and faced the sun, a-blazing in the sky, and I really cannot tell you if he ever saw July. Did he ever see July? You can guess as well as I, if he ever saw July. Do you think the snowman saw July? I don't think so. You know what my favorite animal is? A turtle. Because you know, where I went to college, actually, I'm wearing a shirt with the name of my college on it, University of Maryland. The mascot is the Terps, which is short for terrapins, which is a type of turtle native to the Chesapeake Bay, a diamondback turtle. native to the Chesapeake Bay. So I always thought turtles were kind of cute, and then I went to college and they were our mascot, and so I loved them even more. So this is called The Truth About Turtles. Turtles really have long legs, but they don't stretch them out until it's very late at night, and then they run about, racing over hill and field until morning comes, and then they curl them back inside their shells and crawl around again. And wait till you see this picture. Do you think that's true? Do you think turtles really have long legs if they hide underneath their shells? Yeah. All right, next is called Oops. And there's a picture. Let me show you. See the picture? Oops, of the boy in the tree or the girl, and the words go down the page like this. Down, upside out come all poems my. Found I can't but try do I. Around all them turn not can I. Down, upside out come all poems my. I'm going to read that the other way, starting at the bottom. My poems all come out upside down. I cannot turn them all around. I do try, but can't I found. My poems all come out upside down. Silly little one. Got to read it bottom up. Next poem has a picture I want to show you. It's called a 10-O cycle, the picture and the poem. You pedal, you pump, you bump on your rump. You're sweating and ready to cuss when you're riding a bicycle built for 10 and the other 9 took the bus. That would be pretty hard if you're the only one riding that bicycle. Jester, you guys know what a jester is? It's like a little bit like a clown, someone whose job is to kind of make people laugh and be happy. It's called the unfunny jester. The jester told a silly joke. The king just frowned. Nobody spoke. The jester sang a funny song. The queen asked, must it last so long? The jester did a funny leap. The prince and princess fell asleep. The king looked mad and asked the fool, have you been to funny school? Yes, said the jester and hesitated, but I never graduated. Wait, I should read those last 2 lines slower. Yes, said the jester and hesitated, but I never graduated. That's why he's not funny. Jesters was an old job, or back in the times of kings and queens, although there are still kings and queens in other countries, but their job was to keep the king and queen laughing, keep them happy. I'll do 2 more with you guys. Open, close. Open your mouth and close your eyes and you might get a big surprise. It might be a cake made with sugar and spice. It might be 2 blueberry whipped cream pies. It might be a basket of crispy French fries. It might be those muffins your grandmother buys. But wouldn't it be a bit more wise to close your mouth and open your eyes? Because look what he's about to get here. It says gunk. So we open our mouth and close our eyes, but maybe we should open our eyes and close our mouth. And the last poem, it's actually the very last one. I've been skipping around. It's actually the very last one in this book. And there's a picture. It's called Gorilla. And there's a gorilla, and the gorilla has a backpack on, you notice? And a kid up there who also has a backpack on. Gorilla. Since I brought my gorilla to school, everyone's nicer to me. The teacher's more pleasant. The kids bring me presents. The principal serves me bran muffins and tea. Don't get any ideas. I'm not being nicer if you bring a gorilla to school. If I'm tardy, which means late, they say, oh, don't worry. If I'm absent, they don't give a hoot. If my desk is a mess or I'm sloppily dressed or I snooze on my desk or I cheat on a test, they say, isn't that cute? If I don't know my lessons, I just take a guess, and whatever I guess, teacher screams out, that's right. And Big Bully Slick has been staying home sick, afraid that I'll trick him right into a fight. I'm welcome to munch upon anyone's lunch, and I was just voted most clever and cool. Though I chew gum and play, my report card's all A's, since the day I first brought my gorilla to school. Why do you think everybody's okay with all of these things that the narrator does wrong? Now that he brings his gorilla to school, something to think about. All right, friends, so we're still on track. I told you the One Only Bob has shipped. We're still on track for it to arrive on Monday, which means we'll start putting it in Google Classroom for Tuesday. I plan to do more poems on Monday. I'm definitely going to try to find my favorite one, see if I can Google and find it, because it is in a book in Mill Lake, in the empty school where nobody is. Anyways, Saturday is supposed to be beautiful weather. I think it might even get up to like 80, which is what I think of as summertime. So I hope you guys can do some fun and exciting things outside. I hope you really have a very, very terrific weekend, and I will see you next week. Oh, back of the book, there's a picture of Shel Silverstein. There he is. Enjoy.